Oh my goodness, hello. It's actually been a couple weeks, maybe even a month, I dare say, since I've last filmed anything Dollar Tree related for this wedding I'm planning. As you can see, my background is different now because we just moved into our very first home. Life has been crazy. Not sure if I've done an intro for this video series or not, but my name is Kayla and I am planning my sister-in-law's wedding for a budget of $50 or less, and I'm using things that are free, things that have been donated, but a lot of this stuff's going to be purchased from the Dollar Tree. If you have not seen my Dollar Tree haul already, please go check it out, and you can check out the things that I've bought for some of the items that you're about to see me work on. So far I've only spent about $30, so half my budget is still available if I need it, but I think that I can get away with not spending it. Thank you for being patient. Since my last video, it's like I said, it's been a couple weeks, but I'm gonna just be cranking them out. The wedding is 1 week from today, so let's get into it. Today's focus is going to be some centerpieces using salsa jars, pasta jars, Mod Podge tissue paper. As you can see here, I've got pasta jars, just little mason jars. I'm going to start with this salsa jar, Tostitos. I've got Dollar Tree Mod Podge, a little paint tray, a little sponge, and some tissue paper. And we're going to see how this works. I'm thinking that I'm gonna have to do like a mosaic style to it. And then if I wanted to put a tea light candle in it, it should kind of look like cathedral glass or stained glass, and then maybe have like a flower sticking out the top. Let's go on this journey together. I've seen people online take like crinkle wrap paper and smooth this out. I'm just gonna do it with my hand because I can't be bothered to go search for that in my house. We're about to move. We have been packing and organizing, and I really can't be bothered to dig anything out. Alright, now I've got it completely covered with the two colors of pink. Now I'm going to take my sponge with Mod Podge and just do a coat over the whole thing, just for added security. Now after you do this, you could totally sprinkle some glitter over this. And I very well might, considering what colors I have. Maybe a white glitter over this would be really pretty. But you could also leave it, and apparently when you put a little tea light candle in here, it's supposed to glow like a stained glass. After some consideration, I think I will do some glitter. This is a white glitter packet. It came in like a set of glitter packets from the Dollar Tree. I also have this little container from the Dollar Tree, so whatever I don't use, I can put back in here. Now, I would recommend doing this on a paper plate. I don't have a paper plate. Again, I'm not going to go out and buy something because I'm just trying to use what I have around the house. So at the end, I'm going to hopefully try to dump the glitter into this thing from the tissue paper that I have left over. Alright, so I've got my glitter packet open, and I'm just going to kind of shake it around. Now the glitter is kind of concentrated and chunky, so what I'm going to do is get a dry brush and just see if I can kind of thin it out a bit. This is just an old dry paintbrush. Kind of want it to look more like crystallized or frosty instead of so condensed. Just brushing back and forth motions. Okay, I'm going to set this off to the side, attempt to dump my glitter into my little Dollar Tree case so I can use it again in the future. To secure the glitter, I'm going to go over with more Mod Podge and my sponge. You can skip this step, but I'm all about that extra security, especially if these want to be reused again in the future, or potentially sell them. Alright, so hopefully you can hear me. I'm in the backyard and there's an interstate behind me. But I'm going to attempt to spray paint this pickle jar with just some Rust-Oleum rose gold spray paint. This is not made specifically for glass, so it might not work. But we're going to try it anyway. I'm just going to take some old cardboard, throw this down. Hopefully this cat don't get in the way. I've wiped the glass down with alcohol, but now I feel like it's starting to steam up because it's a swamp out here. Alright, I think that about does it. Now what I might do is after it dries, coat it with some Mod Podge to try to seal it, because like I said, this is just regular spray paint. Again, working with what we have at home for free. I was too ambitious, y'all. I brought it in before it could dry because it was so wet outside, and it went rolling off of that box onto the ground. So now I have these chip marks in it. Oh my gosh. I guess I'll have to spray it outside again. Actually, you can kind of see through it a little bit on this side anyway, so. Oh, round 2. Here we come. DIY glorious. Alright, I believe this should be dry now. Feels good. I'm going to secure it with a coat of Mod Podge just because the spray paint that we used was not actual glass spray paint. So I think securing it with Mod Podge should keep it from chipping. Fingers crossed. Alright, for the next one, we've got this Prego sauce jar. This chevron gold and white tissue paper. The idea is to have every little centerpiece at the table be different. So instead of mosaic, like collage-y, like bits and pieces, I'm going to try to cut long strips and glue them on and try to match up the pattern. We'll see if that actually works, and then trim the top off. Now, I'm going to do my best to try to match this up. Not bad. So I think in order to keep this seam, I'll Mod Podge, like stipple across, flip it over, and get the underneath part. Trial and error. Alright, so there it is. Recommendation, if you have no patience or little patience, don't try to match up patterns. If you have back issues, do not go for this method. This took a while. At one point it ripped, but I think it's going to be fine because the black ribbon that I'm going to add to the bottom should cover it. But I'm just going to add a coat of Mod Podge all over this and let it dry. Here's our first little guy. He's dry now. Please forgive the mess in the background. Again, we are moving, we're packing. These are just some cheap little flowers. And then on the inside, I just put a little tea light in there from the Dollar Tree. Let's try it with the lights out. This is with the flash so you can see the glitter, hopefully. So this guy's dry now, and really I think that the coat of Mod Podge we put on here was a good call because it feels very matte or like a satin finish now, and it feels much more durable as far as scratch resistant goes. And again, this is just like a pickle jar. Just save your glass. People will never even know unless they're up close seeing the brand, which nobody's going to get up and leave your event because, oh, it's a pickle jar. Hey everybody, it's a different day. It's the next day. This guy has dried since last night, and I've decided to put a little burlap strap around it, either at the bottom like that or in the middle. I think I like the middle. It's in that awkward stage of like it wants to use what little nub of glue I have left, but it also needs like a new glue stick to push it that extra mile. So that's what we're dealing with here. And I'm just gonna kind of push it in with these back of these scissors so I don't burn myself. Is this the safest option to hold a blade? Probably not. That's what it looks like. And I've just got these random Dollar Tree flowers in there. This is not what's gonna stay in there. It's just to give me an idea. But that is now 1, 2, 3, 4 centerpieces down. Yeah, and I can't remember if I showed this last night or not. But I just added that little bow and lace ribbon from the Dollar Tree. And it was already pre-glittered from another wedding I attended. So I'm gonna keep this after the wedding because this was a gift for my best friend's wedding, but yeah. And then I just stuck a white rose in it. Next thing I'm gonna do on the list for the centerpieces is I'm gonna take these pinto beans from the Dollar Tree. You may have seen them in my haul video that I've posted before this one. And I'm gonna put them in a plastic like tin foil lid that goes like on a baking set that's disposable. And I'm gonna spray paint these rose gold. And then I'll probably put them in like a clear jar, rose gold beans, some white and pink flower mixture in that. I think that would be really cool. Alright, so I'm gonna take these Dollar Tree beans, put them in this lid, and spray paint them rose gold. You gotta shake them and shift them, and then shake them some more. That's not food. That is not food. Hey, now, if I were patient, I should let them dry and then shift them, but I don't feel like doing that, so I'm just gonna shake them around and do another coat. What I'm gonna do now is fill them in some of my clear jars. Some of them have goo on them from the adhesive, so I'm gonna try out this Goo Gone that I got from Amazon ages ago, and hopefully it will work. Hopefully that's a good angle, but we've got our pinto beans that are spray painted rose gold. We're just gonna fill this mason jar. I think that that is a good amount of pinto beans. They're rose gold, but you can see, I don't know if you can see, some of them didn't get painted, but honestly from a table standpoint, you can't even tell. So I'll stick some flowers in these and show you at the end. But let's go ahead and keep filling jars. I don't think there's enough here to make a half of another jar, so I'm just gonna take this little baby candle jar that I cleaned out, and I think I'll put like one little single baby's breath or something in there. Something else you can use too is a Bath & Body Works candle jar or any candle jar and clean it out. There are videos on YouTube on how you can get the wax out of your candle jars. If you want me to make that video, comment down below and I'd be happy to, but there are others out there that would help you just the same. So I think with this I'm gonna fill with white rocks as well as this one, and potentially another candle jar with white rocks for the bouquets for my sister-in-law and then my two nieces. And those, you just put white rocks in, and then after the ceremony they put their bouquets in it and it becomes a centerpiece. If your glass gets smudges on it, what you can do is spray rubbing alcohol on it and just wipe it down with a dry paper towel and it should take off the smudges. And here you go, you have white rock in your little baby fishbowl, and then the bridal bouquet goes in here. I am going to use one of the gold labels that I got from the Dollar Tree and put bride and probably Mod Podge that down. And I think that would be a really nice touch. All right, I'm a big fan of the Goo Gone. So it completely removed any kind of residue from the sticker on this Bath & Body Works candle. And then I just wiped it down with some rubbing alcohol, and now it is clean and shiny. We're gonna fill it with some white rocks now. I think that's a good amount. I don't want to fill it up too much or else the bouquet probably won't fit down there comfortably. So I think this is a good amount. I had a little bit of white rock left over out of the bouquet holders. Gonna put a little gold ribbon around it and probably a single stem flower in there, and it'll be so cute and dainty and delicate. Okay, so on this little jar of just tied a bow, I'm going to cut the ribbon at an angle at the bottom of the jar. And then I'm going to take a dot of hot glue and just secure that right there so it doesn't slide during travel or while we're setting the places. This knot here will also help to hide the hot glue. And there it is. So cute. And that's what it looks like with flowers. These are just my little go-to token. Let's see what this looks like flowers. I think it's so cute. Here comes the part I'm nervous about. I'm going to take these labels from the Dollar Tree and write bride and bridesmaid and stick them on here. May need to Mod Podge them. I have decent handwriting, but I'm just very nervous about spacing and if I mess up. And it would bother me if I did, because that's my personality. So I'm going to go in with a pencil first and then go over it with a Sharpie if I get it right. Already, I've made a mistake. What do you think? Can you even see? I've got multiple ones, so if I mess up, I guess it's okay. We're gonna try with this. Is that messy or cute? I don't know. I wish my mom were here. She's got beautiful penmanship. My stepmom too. it's got wrinkles in it. Some would say, oh, it adds character. I say it looks messy. We'll just peel it off. Yeah, maybe I can do a little thing like that. That'd be cute. Now to trim. So my labels didn't end up working out, but what I can do is use them for like the food table to label, this is sweet tea, this is unsweet tea, things like that. It's okay. I do want to go ahead and just add the lace detail on my niece's bouquet containers just so there's some uniformity. Except with this one, we're going to try to put it right in the middle. And I'm going to try to get it right where the surface of the rocks meet. Okay, so if you saw my Dollar Tree haul, you will have seen I picked up this little floral foam, and I was kind of disappointed that it just sank right through on this black vase. Well, one of my subscribers left me an awesome comment like, hey, stuff this with old bags, tissue paper, old packaging paper, and then it won't fall down. Genius. Why didn't I think of that myself? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stuff some flowers around this thing. I'll have to cut them a certain length and then place it here and glue around the rim just to secure it. Now I need to get off camera for a second and plan my colors. Alright, so I think I'm going to do these two different types of peonies, this pink and then the peachy, with a mix of these kind of greeny like roses. Hopefully it turns out well. When I made my mom's centerpiece and used floral foam, the trick that I did was to start at the top and then do like your 90 degrees and then fill in the gaps from there. I think I want this big, lighter, fluffy one up first. I don't know how much to cut yet, so I'm gonna cut about this much. That's definitely gonna be too much, but I can always take away. I just can't add back. I'm gonna not be lazy and go get my wire cutters. Struggling to figure out how far down I want this to go. Do I want them to float? Or do I want them to hover? I think they're gonna have to float a little bit. Now I'll go down with the darker pink. We've got a little droopy petal situation here, so just gonna fix that with some hot glue. Trying to get it to where the greenery comes around too. Okay, so I finished filling in the gaps. I added a peach ribbon to it. And now I'm just gonna glue it in place. I'm really excited as to how this turned out. Ay, 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 ay. this one, I think I'm just gonna do 3 white roses and this gold sprig. So I've kind of bent them down to where I think they will fit. Let me zoom you in. In order to hide this floral wire, I'm just gonna glue this leaf like so. I think that's kind of cute. Alright, now we're gonna find some flowers that'll look good in this mosaic. For this one, I just did a mixture of a pink rose and then a peony and 2 white roses. That's what it looks like from the top. Okay, I think this is the last one I'm gonna do. This is my pickle jar that I spray painted rose gold and then Mod Podged over it to keep it from scratching. I just put these 2 different colored cherry blossoms, white and pink, in there, and then the peachy kind of, I think it's a peony, peachy pink kind of peony, and then this white flower that was left over from my wedding. It's like one of those rubber roses, so it's really pretty. I like the different height differences in this and the different tones. So for now, I'm gonna not do, I might do one of these, but I might not do all of them, because at this point, like, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 centerpieces for a wedding that's outdoor for about 30 to 40 people. So I don't know if I need all of that, but I think maybe I'll definitely go ahead and do like this little baby one with something and show you that. Here's this little baby one. I think it's so cute. Alright, so that completes part 2 of this Dollar Tree video, making the centerpieces out of free or Dollar Tree goods. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe and give me a thumbs up. It really helps me out a lot. And make sure you click the bell notification so when I upload making the bouquets and the boutonnieres and the garland, the floral crown, and that video is coming up soon. So thank you and have a good evening. Let me know if you try any of these tricks out at home.